Oops. Wrong selection. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. And we want to welcome you here this morning. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. We have MC from Texas. Great to see you here. We have Obasima. Great to see you here. Welcome. We have Sileneb. Welcome from Ghana. We have Ricky. Great to see you here and welcome. You know what? I don't recognize the flag, Ricky. So you have to kind of mention where you're from, and I will certainly recognize this in a minute. So thank you for all of you joining in, and those of you that are going to be joining in throughout the presentation. Certainly appreciate you. Okay, let me just change
Yeah,
this.
we're a long weekend here in Canada. I think in the US as well. So yeah, so it's a little bit of a less attendance, but that's all right. We're here to serve the world, and we're super excited to be here. And welcome everybody to today's session.
And just so you know, in today's session, we want to recognize some amazing associates that are doing so well. We have some emeralds, we have some sapphire, we have some platinum, we have some new goals. This is all in the month of August. Really exciting. I'll share that with you in a minute here. But Tammy, let's begin with how do we get introduced to GotBackup?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's all about how it started, right? And yeah, Chris and I, we've known the owner of the project GotBackup, which his parent company is called Global Virtual Opportunities. And he's known Chris and I for many years. We've worked together many years ago, and 20 plus years. We don't want to age ourselves, but anyways, yeah, so he told us about this project, and we just said, oh my gosh, this is huge. And it's something that everybody uses, and it's really starting to be the buzzword out there. So timing is everything. So we said, absolutely, Joel, we're on board. We're excited. We started building immediately. And this was over 2 years ago in May in 2 years ago. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun building globally. Maybe Chris, you want to add to that?
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the digital age, folks, is upon us now, and this is the reason why you hear all this noise about crypto and cloud storage and everything is digital here, folks. That is our future. There is absolutely no question about that. We'll talk about trends in a minute, but the reason why we were excited about this, and there's many reasons, but one of the reason is we have friends from all over the world that we know that the traditional business where it costs you $500 to $1,000 and more, and some of them are much higher than that, to get in operation and hoping to be profitable is very hard. And now we found something that is very cost effective for the general public, regardless of where you live in the world, right? Even in emerging markets, new markets. At the end of the day here, folks, is we see something that is massive that can create some great growth for you and your family, that can really turn your dreams into reality. And looking at these pictures over here from left to right, I love these ones because they really represent the reality of today. You see the father showing off his set of keys, because he's able to buy this house for his family. What about going on a vacation where you want to, opposed to where you can afford to? And what about adding new family members, right? We understand that having new babies, it's very expensive. It's unfortunate we have to think that way, but at the end of the day, the cost of living has increased tenfold, if even more. And the other point here is retirement, folks. I know Tammy and I are really strategic now on the income we earn. What do we do with that income? But you need the income to be able to create this passive residual income for you to live even when you're tired of working. That's what we want to talk to you about today.
Yeah, definitely more strategic on the future and legacy. And that's why we get so passionate about helping people. It's all about building a legacy for the family that'll be passed down, to the grandkids. We have 6 grandchildren and four children, and it's all about helping families. And this is an opportunity for average people like Chris and I. We're average people.
Average
We
folks.
just made a decision how many years ago, Chris? 20, 25, 27 years
It's
ago.
actually 28, 29. I keep forgetting. We keep adding another year, and we keep saying the same. But it's about 20, 29 years now we've been doing this kind of businesses, right?
Yeah, well, I know you started a little bit sooner than I have, but at the end of the day, our goal is to help as many people as we can. That's why we get so passionate, because we want people to live an abundant life.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the company here, folks. The company
Mhm.
began in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec, and this is in Canada, and this is in fact where I met Joel around that time. And I remember needing server space to be able to hold my first website. Where, holding behold, today this is exactly what I'm using again. But that was back 28, 27 years ago. And I remember Joel telling me that at one point the growth was so massive for his business that they needed to move because the fiber optic, these are the cables on the ground that can support the traffic requesting information from his servers. And he went into Texas, into a 10,000 square feet data center. In fact, if you're there on Wednesday, you can go back and listen to the call on the channel of GotBackup, where Joel is just kind of sharing a story a little bit of how this all started, where he kind of took over a daycare center and turned this into a data center back in Gatineau. But now it's like a 10,000 square feet. It's absolutely massive. So instead of me kind of going on with this, let's hear it from Joel himself. We have a little video to share with you. Let's check this out.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So you can watch the rest of this video in your back office of GotBackup. But back to the presentation here, folks. There are global trends that are important to follow. If you want to be relevant in the future, you need to understand where the market is going towards. And there's really two of them that I think are very, very obvious. I say I think it's very obvious. Let's start with the first one, Tammy.
Yeah, and this is a massive, massive trend. They say that data storage is a new oil. And there, as you can see, there are 15 billion smartphones in the world today. Well, everybody has devices, whether it's iPads, whether it's, laptops, computer, desktops, all of that stuff. And what are they doing? They're filling it up. More and more today, everything's online now and everything's paperless today. So that's why devices are getting filled up. So data storage is absolutely massive. Chris is going to show you some stats.
Absolutely. And just want to welcome Stefan and a lady from Ghana and Enonam. Welcome. Great to see you here. Looking forward to brag about your new rank here today. The thing here, folks, is the percentage of global mobile traffic, even though this slide is older, this doesn't stop growing, folks. I just want you to see where it all started. You go back to 2011 to 2023. It went from 6% to 60%. This is a changing era. Let's look at this one over here. The size of cloud storage worldwide from 2020 to 2030, folks. It was $90 billion in revenue, now close to $500 billion in 2030. And I think it's conservative. I think it'll be more like 3/4. This, again, how much of that do you want coming into your home? That's what we're talking about. And now one of the main reasons
really caught my attention. Yeah, that's one of the big things that I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be massive. Got to get in. And that's the thing is entrepreneurs see the big picture. They have vision. And this is going to be in the next 2 to 5 years. Coming in now and telling people who don't know about it now is a perfect time to build a business. And of course, cell phone addiction. Oh my gosh. I mean, we're all using our devices. That's why they say cell phone addiction. We go to restaurants every Sunday for breakfast, and Friday night we go out date night. We put our phones away, but you look around and everybody's on their devices. So we use it for many things. It's not just, scrolling and texting and stuff. There's so many reasons why people use their devices. And I mean, in business, let's face it, if you're in business, you're using your device.
I totally agree, Tammy. And the other thing is, because of all of this, the data loss growing concern is there, right? 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phone or lost their data. That is a fact. And in fact, the numbers are probably bigger now because more people are using services such as, devices like we have. And the services is why we need to introduce it to more people. 5,700 screens cracked every hour, laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. Now, this is significant. My mom's 83 years old, and she got this message and she says, son, I heard that I know you're doing a cloud service business. Can you help me out with that? Just to let you know, my mom's 83. So it's not just for the newcomers and the young kids, folks. This is everybody. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. And it's nice because when we pass on in life, everything that we have is on the cloud. But it's true. I talk to friends all the time, and I know how to have a conversation to bring this up, and they're all getting these messages. So I said, you have two choices. You either, start getting rid of pictures, videos, all the stuff that's taking the space, or pay more. And what we're doing, you get 3 times more value. So they're like, oh, well, send me a link. Tell me about it, So it's out there. Everybody's getting these messages. That's why it's so exciting to be part of this.
Absolutely. And the second trend here, folks, is people are looking for ways to make more money. Again, here's a perfect opportunity to introduce what we have to offer. 42% of Americans have side businesses. 62% of Gen Z, these are Tammy and I's generation children, right? They also have side gigs. They don't want to go to work like we did in the past. In fact, Tammy and I have been self-employed. In fact, Tammy have always been self-employed for many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
I started this in around 26 or so. Prior to that, I was a software engineer working for Corel System, and I was doing, a contracting job for the government and so forth. So things have evolved. So you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. And this is exactly what we want to talk to you about. So Tammy, let's cover the product here.
Oh yeah, this is the best part, is the value, right? And that's one thing about the owner of this company, Joel Terrier. This guy gives so much value, and he's so generous. I absolutely love him. We've known him for a long time, as I mentioned. And so you get, with GotBackup, you get 6 terabytes of data storage. And on your account, you can add 5 additional, what they call sub accounts. And which means you can share your data and decide how much you want to give to your family members. And they don't even have to live in your household. Just that alone, with unlimited devices, just that alone, when we heard him say that to us, I'm like, Chris, every family needs this. That's how big it's going to be. And all of that for $10 a month. And Chris is going to show you some stats of the other companies, what they offer. And on top of it, which really, really excited us, it's a home-based business that pays you. And Chris and I have been building the home-based business industry for, we told you, 25, 30, 27 years, whatever. We kind of stopped counting because we just love what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact here is these are the 2 trends, folks. The data, cloud storage, and making money. This is exactly what we're offering. If you look at the competitors, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within the same price range and all around 2 terabytes, right? Not around 2 terabytes. We offer 3 times that, 6 terabytes for the same amount of money. In fact, to be more specific, 2 pennies less, right? Now, it gets even better than that. Let's look at the year package. And personally, if I was you, I would pick a year package instead of dealing with credit card transaction every month. As we know, some people credit card and there's issues, some markets, there's issues dealing with this every month instead of dealing with it once a year. It's a lot simpler. It's a lot more profitable, and your business is set for 12 months. So it's a no-brainer. So the fact is, shy of $100, right? And you get 6 terabytes and everything else that we talked about. The competitors, again, don't quote me on the exact amount because it could have changed a bit right now, but you can see they're definitely more expensive. iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. And so what we're offering is so much more, unbelievable value. And folks, what you also need to understand, and we're not going to talk much about this today, we'll just reference to it, but you got a lot of tools to promote your business that we make available here. So before we do a little demo, Tammy, let's summarize what we got here.
Yeah. So you get 6 terabytes of storage. It's $9.97 per month, or most people are just paying the year up front because they want more value, which is saving a couple months of payments. And that includes up to 6 accounts. And of course, Android, iPhone, doesn't matter. And you saw the video that we shared a little bit earlier. Another thing here, you can see on the chart, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. I don't know anybody that's going to set up all their devices onto the GotBackup cloud to cancel to pay more for other services. There's no sense to it. So the retention rate is really, really, really good.
So let's check a little video. We have a video for you that's available in your back office, but we're going to bring this over to you so you can see how simple it is to install this on your phone device.
Hey everybody, this is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these three little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these three boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
So you can see here, folks, it's really, really straightforward. And all the videos and everything I'm showing you here, it's all duplicatable. You can access everything that I'm using here for your own benefit and also for your own presentations. But here's the thing here, back to presentation. As we mentioned, not only we provide a cloud storage, which is one of the major trend, but the second one is to earn money. And the only cloud storage that will pay you is with GotBackup. So tell me, let's summarize the 7 ways on how we get paid.
Yeah, so you can see there's 7 ways. 3 are highlighted, which we're going to spend our time focusing on because that's really the foundation of building. And so there's customer acquisition bonus, and that's when somebody wants to become a member. They decide whether they want to come in monthly or yearly. As we said, yearly is so much better because of the value. Save a couple months of payments, paid up front, don't have to worry about monthly dings on payments. And so if somebody comes in at the $9.97, they get 200% up front. That's $20. So if we're rounding it off to a $10 item, it's $20. And if they come in yearly, you get 50% up front. That's $50 every time somebody gets started. It's amazing. And then 25% on ongoing VIP package or anything that the company's gonna launch to help people market their business more and better. There's a package for that. And you can see on the bottom it says 25% for customers. So that's an ongoing process. So I'm just going to show you 2 simple slides. And this is based on somebody coming in, everybody coming in monthly, which most people come in yearly. So just increase that in numbers. So if 20 people get started, 200% upfront, $20 times 20 people, that's $400 in commission. If they all come in yearly, that's $1,000. And you know what the best part is right now, you guys, is nobody knows about GotBackup. So imagine how many people you can get started in the company. So I get really excited when I think about it. And I know a lot of people are just on fire right now, building their business into huge momentum. And we're going to talk about them at the end. 20 customers, 25% ongoing, making it, a $10 round off, $2.50 times 20 customers. That's $50 ongoing every single month. And yeah, so it's amazing the kind of income you can make up front.
Absolutely. And what let me share with you, it's the initial process
Mhm.
of people onboarding and for you to get paid immediately when people onboard. The second portion, this is the back end. That's the residual income that you earn. So, for example, the second one is what we call a cycle. And I'll explain to you what I mean by a cycle. Is we have a two-team tree, a left team and a right team. And the key is to sponsor people on the left side or the right side. When you see indirect referral, that's someone above you. Remember, the person above you also has two sides. So if he's introducing a third or fourth or a fifth person, it has to be balanced either on one or the other side. And that's the reason why if people work, then you will see what we call spillover. That's the indirect. Direct is people that you have personally enrolled. So it's combined from people you bring in and from people that they bring in and from people above you that may be bringing also people in. So how does this cycle bonus work? Number one is there are two tiers, tier one and tier two. Tier two has more money than tier one. And I'll explain to you how do you get to tier two. It's based on your rank. And I'll show that in a minute. You get basically 3 times as much on tier two than tier one from my experience in the past 2 years. Well, the past at least 18 months. Now, step number one is you need to be active. Just like you're paying for any membership that you've ever bought in your life to have access to whatever service or product or that you're paying for, you are paying monthly. Same thing here. Number two is you need to enroll 2 people. That's the key. This is the trigger that initiate duplication. One on your left team, one on your right team. And the key is to do that over and over and over. And we'll come back to that in a minute. Number 3 is cycle earn occurs when there's 6 people on your team. Okay. So when there's 6 people in your team or 6 people on your team, the moment that's occurred, now this could occur by you bringing 6, where many of you have done way more than that, or you bring your 2 and your 2 are also bringing their 2 and so forth. That will trigger a 6. Or the people above you building the business, because again, they have to place it somewhere, may end up on your side. Then you count this also as 1 that will total up to 6. The question is, how many cycles do you want? It's going to be based on how many blocks of 6 are into your business based on the volume of people that's in your team. So the key is the company's profitability will determine how much the tier 1 and tier 2 are worth, but also the value of your tier will be based on your rank, and we'll explain to that in a minute. Number 3, now, folks, this is really, really exciting. And this triggers when you become a sapphire. That's why you want to move up in rank. So every time you introduce someone to the business, and the people you've introduced are earning a cycle, like I explained to you just a moment ago. Well, you can earn a percentage of 25% if you're a sapphire and above. It goes up to 15. When you're a diamond, it's 100%. Okay. So the thing is, every time you introduce someone in and they start building their team, then you can get paid up to $1,000 for every person that you brought in. I'm not saying you're going to make 1,000. You can earn up to based on the performance of their team, right? Now, when you become an enroll, now that limit goes up to 2,000. As you become a ruby, then it's 5,000. Folks, this is US dollars. Just do the math if you're converting this into your currency. It goes up to $20,000 potential for every single person you bring into your team. Do you see how big this could become? Think of Dropbox, who has over 700 million users. Just do the math here. And the other bonuses, I'm not going to get into them, folks. They're just bonuses that adds on to your business as people move up in rank. Really, really, really cool. Now, Tammy, let's duplicate what people need to work on. How to duplicate this?
Yeah. And there's one thing that Chris and I have learned before GotBackup, many years in this profession in building globally, is the simpler you keep the foundation, the faster you go into momentum and it duplicates. So the simple steps: sign up, get 2 people, 1 left, 1 right. Chris shared the 2-team structure. They'll become a copper, or you'll become a copper, sorry. And then you go get a couple more people, and then you duplicate that with the people that you're bringing in, and never stop bringing people in, because people need this. Let's start sharing this valuable project with everybody. And if everybody's doing that, it's going to fly. We're going to share some exciting news at the end. So $20 annual fee, super simple. very inexpensive to be in business. Get to work from home, from a phone. Oh my gosh, so simple. And then join in. So decide whether you're doing the yearly or the monthly. Most people go yearly. We highly recommend yearly so that you're paid upfront for the year, and let's start building it.
Totally agree. And folks, we're 161 countries around the world here. This is just to tell you, because of the price point and because of the use of the service that is so convenient, this is the reason why we're in 161 country. Absolutely massive. Now, recognition, achievement, folks, as we always say, PBs cry for it, adults die for it. Well, here's the thing. That's the ladder over here. A bronze, you bring one person. A copper, this is what Tammy talked about earlier. One on the left, one on the right. This is what we duplicate. The moment you did that, you are a copper. You become a silver when one of the people you brought in also brought two, one left, one on the right, which means that they're copper. You become gold when you have 5 people in your business, and from there, 3 of them are coppers. You see how the system encouraged duplication? And there's obviously 25 people in your team. I say obviously because I've been doing it but you need to have 25 people on your team. As a platinum, you move from tier 1 to tier 2 in the cycle that I talked about earlier. That's where it becomes more interesting because the amount is 3 times from tier 1. From there, you basically have 10 people in your business, and these 10 people will qualify you for Sapphire and Emerald also. But the difference here as a platinum is now there's 40 people in your team because people are duplicating, but there's 4 people that are copper. As an emerald, in this case now, as a sapphire, now there's 5 people that are copper, and there's 50 people on your team. And the same thing, it increases as you become emerald and ruby and so forth. And as you move up in rank, then that's when you can really take advantage of everything the comp plan has to offer. And as a matter of fact, I'd like to shift this over here and kind of show you what's going on. This is something that you have access to when you go into your rank and recognition. So I want to show you here the amount. I have 28 more pages here of people that have reached a bronze level, right? This is all in August. See, now let's go back here in this is back in July, August. You can see in August is quite a few, right, that have reached the level of copper. Copper is the building block. That's how you are duplicating. Now let's go and start focusing on the silvers. The silvers, that means that someone in your team became copper, and there's 3 of them, right? Sorry, there's 1 person that you're sponsored or came from someone you sponsored. And that's why you can see here what's going on in the month of August. A lot of activity here. Now let's keep moving up. As a goal, there's 2 people that reached the gold level. So that means, as I mentioned, that you have 5 people in your team, and there's 3 people that became copper and so forth. And then, and a lot of them are from Ghana. Congratulations. Platinum, again, Ghanaians. Congratulations, folks. You guys are absolutely rocking. So as a platinum, as I mentioned again, the qualification has been met. So now they're moving from tier 1 to tier 2, right? So we have here Celestine and Elizabeth. Congratulations. Awesome. We have here Sapphire. Remember the Sapphire. Now you start earning the matching cycle from all your personals. Look at this here. We have Isaac from England. We have Marie-Louise from Côte d'Ivoire. We have Keisha Onam from Ghana. And we have Vera from also Ghana. Congratulations. This is awesome. You're moving up. And now we have 2 new emeralds. We have here Henry Calvin, that I know went to not Côte d'Ivoire, went to Congo and had an event there. Congratulations. Really awesome. He also hit his emerald. And we have Enonam from Ghana who also have reached the emerald level. If you recall that the ladder of rank that I shared with you earlier, their income is going to grow because they're expanding what the comp plan has to offer. And this is absolutely awesome. These guys are going to be reaching rubies and diamonds. Congratulations for all of that. So back to the presentation here, folks. What's really important is support. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and there's so much support, a lot of team support, especially all the teams that are going into momentum right now. Stay plugged in, you guys. That's the most important thing. So we've got personalized referral link. We've got personalized landing page. We've got an email marketing system that is built in. That blew me away that he gave that for free. It blew me away because I use it every single day. And marketing tools, they're always expanding on different tools. You've got regular online presentations. We do online presentations on our channel that anybody can be part of, and that is every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. The company has its own, which is 8 p.m. Wednesday evening Eastern time. Chris and I do those presentations. We go back and forth with Joel. We're going to be expanding and bringing more guests in, sharing the excitement. We've got team trainings. We've got team presentations that are going on in different languages, different countries around the world. It is super exciting. You will not get lost if you get started. So you'll have a lot of support.
Absolutely, folks. And tomorrow, Tammy and I are going to be doing a training on a 7-day sprint. And we're going to talk to you about all of that on Saturday. And it's going to be from Saturday to Saturday and give you all the tips and tricks, all the things you can take advantage of to really maximize your effort for the week. And we're going to start doing that to help you grow your businesses. Now,
yeah, what a perfect time, Chris, to sign up and then start tomorrow in the training. And you'll know exactly what you need to do in the next 7 days to get your 5. We're going to share about the contest that's going on, because if you get 5 people, you sign up, the company, Joel and his team, which are master at marketing online, they're gurus online in capturing leads. You're going to get a page created for you.
And now we'll cover that in one sec. Absolutely. So, folks, this is a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. Back to my computer here, and just to show you that there's a contest. See, the company helps you fuel your business by encouraging you to build, and that's exactly what Tammy was talking about here. If you bring 5 people yearly, the extra bonus is they're going to give you a custom branded website, folks. This is really cool to help you promote your business. And let me show you what else we have here to offer. So in your back office, we're going to cover and use this tool, talk about use this tool and your reseller tool. So in using this tool, you have here, you can see that I'm using 71% of my cloud. It's just because I backed up 3 computers and iPads and stuff. And I'll show you in a minute here. But what's really important for you here, if you're getting started, you need to install, this is the app for your computer. And I was speaking to Joel yesterday, mentioning that there's new features that are coming out with the cloud for you to access all your files very quickly once you back up your files from Windows or a Mac. This one here, you saw the video earlier on installing the app. You don't really need to go into your back office. Just go to the Google Store, Play Store, or the Apple Store and download the app GotBackup. Once you have your account created with the credentials that you specified in the account creation, that's what you will specify, and boom, you have access, and then you just follow the instructions as it is explained over here. If you click on the auto login, it will take you to your cloud. It's exactly what it is, which, by the way, you can just go in here, GBU Cloud, right? And it'll take you to your cloud. It's not asking me for my password because I've already specified it. But these are my 3 computers. And the button I'm telling you about here showing these files is this one over here. This is my computer. And you'll be able to see all the files that are available in your computer. It's so awesome. Very, very cool. Now, the other thing here is this is my mobile devices, right? This is an iPhone. This is an iPad mini. And that was an old backup that it's the same as this one. I just left it there for demo. But what's cool here, if I click on this, it will give me all, you see, I just added right now some family pictures just for fun here that we're doing. In fact, it was a test that I was showing someone else. It's not actually family, but I consider them as family. And that was the event that went on in Congo with the Calvin I mentioned earlier, just hit Emerald. So in 2025 over here, you can see that now the month of August is here. So every single time there's a new month, I didn't create that. It's automatic by the software. Totally awesome. The last thing I want to show you here, that's your collaborate and share. You can drag and drop files from your local computer right into this window here, and it'll start copying them. Just put it to the test, those of you who have an account, and you'll see you can bring all your directories in here. And then you can start sharing all sort of stuff. For example, I can turn around and share this with the entire world, and you have access to everything that's in there. Not that I'm going to do this right now. So absolutely awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about here is the reseller tools. That's what Tammy was talking about. These are all the funnels that are included for it to your $9.97 a month here, okay, or your $99 a year. This is so awesome. You know, people have to spend $100 to $200 a month. I am not kidding, to have a feature like this. And that does not include the email marketing system that's included in there called your lead capture system. It's all included. So when people put their name and email, you have access to all this information. Someone who wants to sign up on the spot, they click on this and you just sign up right away. These are funnels for you to deal with Facebook ads, Google ads. This here, for someone that's very skeptical, that's on the opportunity end product. This is just product that someone can try for 7 days. They have access to a mini back office, to access to the software, to install everything so they see how it works. And after 7 days, the emails, if you bought the email marketing program, that's included, I think it's around $20. They do them for you. And then they start emailing all your prospect on your behalf. Below here, these are the most recent funnels. This one is someone that's very skeptical in network marketing. That's a great funnel to share. And this one over here is the most recent one with a brand new video. And they all filtered into an email campaign. And again, Tammy and I have many trainings explaining all of that, that you can find. And just get back with the person who invited you here today, and he can explain all that to you. So in closing, Tammy, what are your thoughts as we finish this here?
Oh, just jump on board. Honestly, that's what Chris and I did. And we learned along the way. And it's a really simple business. That's what I like about it. And you don't, like, we've been in the industry for a long time, and we've always been product based, never service based. I think at one point early, before I even met you, Chris, you were in a service based company. But what I love is there's no inventory. You don't have to pay for shipping and handling. It's an affordable product that everybody needs. Every single person on the planet has devices, or maybe not little kids, but hey, you'd be surprised today. So, it's simple, and we're building a phenomenal community. And we're just having a lot of fun together.
So folks, join us right now. Just get back to the person who invited you here today, or simply go ahead and click on the link that was provided to you to get started, and join us and start attending the presentations and go through the training so we can help you build your business. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend. And hopefully we'll see you on Saturday for some trainings, and we'll get you started on a 7-day building sprint. Bye for now.
Have a great weekend.